Just like that. Live again, like we never left. Everything seems to be working just fine. Of course, we have yet to turn on the game. That's always its own issue. But we'll give it a whirl. We'll see how it goes. So I am just smack in the midst of a COVID isolation, which is about as awesome as it sounds. I'm absolutely not playing Dark Souls 2, Wisebot. Maybe later. Anyway, I'm picking up where I am in these games, and I'm in a live stream today just because I feel like chatting with somebody while I go through my COVID isolation. And this will go on YouTube, where it slots in the standard upload schedule for these playthroughs. Okay. Well, everything seems to be working quite well. Very nice. All right, let's go. My first goal today might be what you'd call a little bit boring, but I think it's exciting to watch, and it's actually it's the sort of thing that lends itself really well to a live stream, as opposed to a YouTube episode in a vacuum. Achievement hunting, at least at the outset. There are a couple of I have 3 achievements left to go in the expansion. One of them is stealth related, and I'm going to worry about it later. But 2 of them are feats of rafting around the ring world that is the Stranger. And I'm going to work on those right now. So the 2 I really want to go after while we're in here are called Tubular and Around the World in 90 Seconds. And I can't do either until the moment halfway through the loop when the dam breaks. I have looked up best practices for getting these. I have a pretty good idea what to do. So I'm going to get to the best weight point to catch the wave in Tubular, and just going to sit there best I can. This is the spot. This is where we want to try and wait, this little nook right here. Just keep my light on that. And we can chill out and wait for the wave. So, the Tubular achievement, you get 1 shot at per loop. When the dam breaks, you can try to ride the wave, and you have to manage to stay on for 15 seconds. We're going to be here a minute. It's all good. I'm really lucky, I'll get them both right out the gate, and then we can go for some actual story progression. For now, we're just waiting. It's exciting, I know. I'm gonna watch that video again right quick, because I'd really like to not have to try this one more than once. Around the World in 90 Seconds is easier, because I have the whole second half of the loop to do it.
Audible is the best place to listen for everyone.
Well, hello, Audible advertisement. As if I care. Alright. I am in the correct little cove. Whatever you want to call it. This is the place to be. Alright, now I'm just gonna watch what to do after the thing breaks. So you can see the wave coming. Alright. That's a pretty good idea. That flicker of the artificial sun is the moment the dam starts to crack. I think that happens 5 minutes into the loop. We've got about another 5 or 6 before the dam actually breaks. Alright, well, good. It strikes me as very possible that if anyone has joined, I'm not seeing the chats. It's also quite possible no one's joined, which is fine. Hey, Nyron, how's it going? I do see you there. Welcome. Been a while since I streamed. Been a while since you caught one. How have you been, my friend? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I get it, though. I had a really miserable 2020. 2021 was less bad. And I hope 2022 is also less bad, but I realize that a lot of people haven't been that fortunate. I've been busy too. A lot of work, and when I do have free time for games, the nature of both mine and my girlfriend's job is just that we're on Zoom constantly, which means the bandwidth to stream usually isn't there. It's one of the bigger reasons, that and just the time commit that is typically involved in doing a stream as opposed to a YouTube episode means YouTube's easier in general. But I'm alone. I'm completely alone in the house. I've turned off all of the other bandwidth vampires as I'm in COVID isolation by myself until Tuesday. Literally by myself. So streaming seems like a good way to take a bit of the edge off of that. That sounds fun. I've been I haven't had a lot of I'll put it this way, lately I've been limiting myself to, because you know how I tended in the past, just kind of explode the number of games I was playing and never actually finish any. So now I play 3 at a time. That's it. 2 of them are for the channel. One is what I call the main game, the one that I choose, and one is in the Patreon slot that I have my Patreon supporters choose. And then the third one is my personal game, which I allow myself and I play off-channel. So I've been playing on the channel, I've been playing this, Outer Wilds, and Dark Souls 2. And my last personal game that I played was Metroid Dread on the Switch, which, by the way, was spectacular. If you like Metroidvania games at all, it's been a very, very long time since there was a proper Metroid game, but there finally is one, and it's brilliant. It might be the best. It's not quite as good as Super Metroid, but it's easily the second best 2D Metroid game that's ever been released. It's definitely it's better than Fusion, which surprised me because I thought Fusion was pretty good. Dead Space 2. We'll get to it. I think the one I'm excited for whenever it does come out is the System Shock remake. Is supposed to go today. Apprehensive of remakes. Yeah, I mean, me too, but the demo for the System Shock remake was so good. I mean, it was so good. It has largely sold me on the game. And I'm also like, oh my god, they actually made a demo and released it for free. And it's an actual demo, like you just get to play the first level of the game. Remember when companies did that all the time? Why did they stop? They only swapped it once. They were making it in the Unity engine, and they released a demo for that honestly had everyone kind of worried, because it was buggy, it didn't work very well, and then they kind of announced that, with apologies for the delay it causes, they were going to make the game in the Unreal Engine instead. And then they released a demo for that, which was spectacular. It was just awesomely good. And, okay, hold on, the dam has broken. So I need to watch for the water. The wave is coming. Alright, ready? You want to visually let it get about to there. And now we want to get out into the current. The idea, well, part of the idea is not to get knocked off the raft and die. I didn't die. Amazing. Alright, well that sucked. We're gonna cut the wait time though, because I figured out how to do that too. So anyway, they've only switched engines once. They went from Unity to Unreal, and the game is going to release on the Unreal Engine in sometime this year. I think Q2 or Q3. But the Unreal demo was so good that I'm very excited about it. Okay, we can. If we wait for 9 minutes and 45 seconds before we wake up and head to the stranger, that gives us a good amount of time to get in position, and yet cuts the wait time to try again for the actual achievement, which is nice. All right, getting there. Yeah, getting knocked off the raft isn't going to do us any favors. All right. Off we go. Isn't Project Zomboid like a super old game that's having some kind of strange renaissance this year? Alright, now we're gonna autopilot to the stranger. Wonder. Hi, good to see you. Thank you for the resub, my friend. Always such a pleasure to get to see you, chat with you. Thank you for the support. 41 months. We're gonna get to like sub baby number 5 if I'm able to do any real amount of streaming again. I want to get the stupid achievements out of the way, because the actual like progression in this game is incredibly interesting. But alright. Dam is at 14% and dropping. That's actually near perfect timing. We'll get to the little spot. You know, this is what I've been telling everybody. I sound a lot worse than I feel. I realize my voice like practically sounds like one of the male Dunmer from Morrowind, and like very specifically the one who, you know, the one they brought, the Jub voice, who's like been smoking 6 packs of cigarettes a day his entire life. But that's how I sound. I feel pretty good. I was trying to get these darn rafting achievements done. There too. Oh, that worked much better. Alright. Alright, watch for the wave. We'll see it coming. There it is. Alright. Time to get out. What? No! What happened? I actually caught it that time. Well, that's progress. Catching it is progress. And I guess I need to watch ahead of me to see what the heck I ran into and, try not to run into it next time. Yeah, well, the big difficulty has been sleep, because we have had, until today, there were 3 people with COVID in this house, and 2 of them were kids, age 5 or younger. And so naturally, sleep has not really happened very much. So, but that changed last night, because the older kid, at least, is finally getting better. The little one was still really sick, but Sharon went to New York this morning for work, the trip that I was supposed to go on with her, but instead I have to isolate. And because she had it like 3 weeks ago, so she's totally fine. She's also vaxxed and boosted, so I think they call that super immune. But so she left for New York this morning, and the kids went to their dad's, and now suddenly I am isolating in the house all by myself. Hence the stream. So, everybody wins, right? Okay, let's try that again. Once more with feeling, less failure. Once you get clear of the atmosphere of your starting planet, you can turn on the autopilot. Yeah, well, in the, I was already saying this to Nyron, but at the start of the new year, I moved into my girlfriend's house, like officially, which is why the background change is going to be permanent. If you're wondering, I've got my good computer here and everything, but the issue with streams is it's largely one of bandwidth. Like there's still the busyness issue because I'm working, and a good stream, I mean, it's generally like a few hours of time commit just to be worthwhile, worth anyone's time. And it's hard to get those blocks, whereas, with YouTube, like, I can still release long episodes, but I can record in, like, 20, 30-minute batches and throw in a jump cut, and you don't really notice. But the other issue is that when I or she are working pretty much constantly on Zoom, and that makes streaming difficult in terms of bandwidth. So what I thought I'd do today is, since I'm in the house by myself, I'm picking up right where I'm at in my ongoing YouTube playthrough of this game, but I can stream it, and then I'll just put the VOD on YouTube and have it release at the appropriate time window, and whenever I have the entire internet to myself, I can do a live stream. And I think that'll work pretty well. All right. And we're about to get another try. Yeah, that 9:45 wait at the campfire at the start is... I mean, it's life-changing. It eliminates the wait. It's beautiful. Alright, let's watch for the wave. Let's get back out into the current. Oh, man. I thought I could get back on. It threw me into the rocks. We did. Lone Wonder, yes, I absolutely recommend this game. Like, you're not getting a good look at what's good about it right now, because I'm trying to get achievements. This is one of the best games I've ever played. Like, in terms of story and mechanics and the way everything unfolds, it's amazingly good. And I'm hoping I can get these silly achievements done before too long. And I can actually show you some of it. Hi, Karis. It's good to see you. Welcome back. Yeah, please, nobody redeem any exercises or voice work today. I'm doing all right. I sound much worse than I feel. Whenever I get sick, for some reason, it always just nukes my voice from orbit. But, like, you know, per the way the CDC counts your days, I'm on day 3. I got sick during the day on Wednesday, so that's day 0. Actually, I don't know. This might be great for JC Denton. A bomb's a bad choice for close-range combat. No. It's more... It'd be a good day for, like, a Christian Bale Batman stream. When due process fails us, we really do live in a world of terror. So the expansion to this game came out in 2019, and it won several Game of the Year awards and was nominated by virtually everyone. The expansion, Echoes of the Eye, came out just in September of 2021, just a few months ago. The expansion takes place aboard this ship, which is cloaked and invisible until you get right on top of it. But, so you know, the first stages of playing the expansion are all about finding the ship, but once you've been there once, you can mark it on your radar and fly straight to it, and you can see through the cloak once you get close enough. That's why after that first run, I'm able to just autopilot to it, which makes it a lot better. All right, push the raft and hop aboard. So the game plays a lot. It does a lot of work with a few very, very simple tools in terms of mechanics. What it didn't do a lot with in the base game, that the expansion has really made a lot of, is driving things with your flashlight. Like the way I activate that entrance door and the way I steer the raft here, is just by shining my flashlight on various things. Oh boy. Overshot it big time. Maybe I can get back there. Maybe I can still get back in there. Oh, good. I can. Maybe. 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 Come on, baby. Be good to me. Well, I could do worse than hovering right here. Hey, Walt, how are you? Have you played Outer Wilds? I love this game. It was not on my radar at all until my Patreon supporters voted for it a few weeks ago. And it's absolutely one of my favorites I've ever played now. Oh man. Well, that was the best attempt yet, but I still don't think I got it. I still don't think I got it. Let me check. Okay, I don't care about group chats. No, I didn't get it. Darn. Alright. Well, nothing for it but to try again. Still, that's the way. I gotta steer a little better. It's the first time I've ever managed to catch the wave. That's pretty good. 4 total Lone Wonder. There are 17 in the base game and 14 in the expansion. I have the base game ready to finish. I'll show you my ship log when I get aboard this time, but my ship log is completely full. I have 16 of the 17 achievements. The only one I don't have is called Beginner's Luck, which is one that you get for finishing the entire game on your very first loop. And the other, the expansion has 14. And I have 11 of those. There are 2 that both involve playing with the raft in sort of the main ring world of the expansion. The one I'm trying to get right now is for catching the wave, which I finally managed to do just then. The first time I've caught it, and then you have to manage to ride the wave for 15 seconds, and then. There's a second one that's less finicky because you can try it multiple times in a loop. The only condition is you can really only get it after the dam breaks, which is halfway through the loop. But that's to do an entire lap around the entire ring in 90 seconds or less. Those are the 2 I'm trying for before I go back to story stuff. But if you want to see my ship log from the main game... So every single one, this little like corking, it's like one of those conspiracy pegboards, right? Like with the tacks and the strings and everything. What did you call it? But your log gradually fills in as you explore the solar system. You find locations, and so I've completely finished the log for the main game, which means I'm ready to anytime I want. I can start a loop, and I can go finish the main game. I know exactly what to do. And this is these blue ones are all related to the expansion. So when there's more to explore in a given spot, that orange asterisk shows up. And I'm hoping these achievements don't take me the entire stream. I don't think they will. Since I have 2 Souls games under my belt, and I'm about to finish number 3, I feel like now I can say I'm getting good. Gamer Vomit Panda, first time chat in stream. I know you've followed me on Twitter and you've been a member of the YouTube and Discord communities for a while, but And I think this is the first time I've streamed at all since you joined, but it's nice to have you in chat. Welcome. Half-Life 3 confirmed chart. Yeah, that's how those charts always end. Oh, I still have Sekiro to do as well. Like, I've heard, but for Dark Souls 2, I finally worked up the nerve to do a melee build. Like, oh, I damaged the upper hull of my ship. In the main game, I would care, but in the base game, in the base game, I would care, but in the expansion, once you land in this hangar, like, you never bother with your ship again until the next loop, so it really doesn't matter. Sekiro. But from what I hear, compared to Dark Souls, like, Bloodborne did away with shields and is mostly about dodging, as I understand it. And then Sekiro is the one where you really, truly have to get good because you win all the duels by parrying, right? Like, is that accurate? Like, you must learn to parry to win at Sekiro. Walt, I haven't caught a Dark Souls 1 stream yet. How's it treating you? Plenty of rage, I hope. Well, I mean, Ash is a special breed. I'm a pretty legendarily patient gamer, and even I am not convinced that I would have the patience to do that. You shoot him in the face. That's your parry in Bloodborne. Yeah, doesn't Bloodborne have a mechanic where, like, you can actually reverse damage that's been done to you if you kill an enemy fast enough? Okay. Let's get back out into the current. Ready to go. Oh man, I got rocked. Literally. Yeah, still didn't happen. Alright, here we go again. Once more, unto the breach. Let us get good, my brothers. Oh, there are so very many ways. To die in Outer Wilds, Karis. There are so many ways. I guess Walt's played it, so he knows. So very many ways to die. Like, Walt, you know, one thing I don't know, and don't spoil it for me, like, I'm really, like, hoping I actually nail it on the first try, but spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't played the game, but, I mean, you're here watching it, so clearly you're not very afraid of spoilers. But, Walt, one thing I don't know, because like I said, I finished the base game, but since I'm playing it after the expansion came out, I'm doing the expansion before I do what I know I need to do in the final loop. Once I disable the Ash Twin project by taking out the warp core, like, I'm worried that if I fuck up and get eaten by one of the fish in Dark Bramble, I'm worried it's like a real game over. And, like, it won't matter that much because I know what to do, and you can technically do it on the first loop, but it's like, oh man, is my version of me with the filled-in shift log and everything, is he going to die forever? Like, I feel so much pressure around that final loop after I turn off the Ash Twin project and disable my resurrection. Like, it's a genius move to make that the only way to actually finish the game. Like, it's so well written. I adore the story of this game. Like, and the themes it's playing with, like everything about it is just so much fun and so cool. Yeah, I've never played anything like this. It's managed the very impressive feat of being unique and pretty unprecedented. And in the year of our Lord 2019, that was hard to pull off. So, speaking of, Walt, have you played the expansion yet? I still have more of the expansion to do, but okay. I still have more of the expansion story to do, but I finished everything here in the exterior main zone of the Stranger. I'll tell you what, I thought the achievement for manually flying to the sun station was hard. This is acting like it might be harder. Oh, come on now. Come on, Dark Souls player, get good. You gotta pay attention. All right. We're here. Ready for another attempt. Oh yeah. No, I got you. Well, I thought a ridiculous achievement hunt like this it'd be fun to stream. It's like I have no idea how many tries it's going to take me, but at least I have the company of people I enjoy to combat my COVID isolation and chat with while I do it. Alright, here we go. Get free. Crushed! Oh wow, I survived. I survived, but that was not 15 seconds. Devastating. Well, Dark Souls 1 is a different beast. Granted, I say this not having played 3 yet, but by reputation, I think people who have played all 3 usually enjoy the first one the most. And it's not because it has the most refined mechanics. Like, if what you're really after is good but fair combat where you've just got to get good to progress, like, the best games for that are Bloodborne and Sekiro. But, like, Dark Souls is just, like, in this weird way, it's weirdly beautiful. Just, like, the way it's designed, the story that it tells through the little scraps of lore and through the environment and the atmosphere it evokes. Like, the concept of hollowing as an allegory for depression and the need to keep going, like, all of that's just really, really good, I think. I have a text I need to answer, but I don't want to mistime my wake up, so I'll pause once this is done. 9:45 seems to be the timing. The kid's dad is asking me what doses of children's Tylenol we've been giving them to try and keep the fever down. Here we go again. Oh no, I turned on autopilot too soon. I hadn't escaped the atmosphere yet. There we go. Yeah, if I get too frustrated going for this one, I might like take a break and show you guys more of the game, the various ways to die, and how the time loop mechanic works, because there's just so much. It's like, and I do realize that by reputation, this game has gotten a lot better since its original release, but by reputation, you know, when No Man's Sky released, it was as wide as the ocean, but as deep as a puddle. This is like the exact opposite. Like, the solar system has 5 planets. It's really got kind of 8 locations to explore, and then 9 once you install the expansion. So it's not big in any sense, but it is just unbelievably deep. Like, every single location feels super unique, and there's a ton to do and see and learn at every single place. And the thing I really like about the progression in this game is that it's all just knowledge-based. That's it. Like, there are no upgrades. There's nothing you unlock in terms of, like, new abilities. Like, you start the game with everything you're gonna have. There are story reasons why you are in a time loop, and you reset every time you die. You don't know them at the beginning, but you eventually find out. But the only thing you keep between loops is what you learn. But you've got this big mystery that spans the entire solar system, and just over the course of the game you learn more and more about it until eventually you learn everything you need to win, which is why it's technically possible to beat the game on your very first loop. So like I said, if I get too frustrated trying to do this, I might take a break and like just tour you guys around the solar system, because this isn't even, you know, my earlier episodes of this aren't even releasing on YouTube yet. And okay. So, and there's just so much cool stuff to see. All right. Darn. That was almost good enough. Like, I managed to get farther right that time. Like, I see the spot where I keep crashing, and that time it was a more minor crash. Like, it didn't kill me. I just, but I still didn't quite get clear. My raft still hit it. Well, here. We've got time to kill. Rather than nap this time at the campfire, why don't I go show you guys some stuff? I'll try not to die, but if I do, whatever, no big deal. So, your home planet is the second one from the sun. It's this little green, watery, Earth-like planet called Timberhearth. The closest location to the sun, you can see that space station orbiting around it. Those two right there, they're called the Hourglass twins, the Ember Twin and the Ash Twin. And what's cool is it hasn't started happening yet. I think it starts literally 1 or 2 minutes into the loop. But over the course of time, the sand from Ash Twin starts funneling off onto Ember Twin. So in the first half of the loop or so, you can explore all of Ember Twin and none of Ash Twin. And then, over the course of the loop, that changes. You can explore Ash Twin in the back half of the loop. Oh, everything is to scale. It's just because I'm 7 kilometers away from it. But over here is Brittle Hollow, a planet that collapses over the course of a loop because it's got a black hole at its core that slowly eats the entire crust of the planet. The one you see when you wake up at the start of every loop is Giant's Deep. I'm gonna go to Giant's Deep just because I want to show it to you. Giant's Deep, it looks like a gas giant, but it's perpetually covered in storm clouds, but it's actually a water planet. And it's constantly covered in storms. Yes, Walt, I've fully explored the entire base game. I know I found everything because I got the archaeologist achievement for a completely full ship log. So, other than what happens when I do what I've learned I need to do in the final loop, like that I don't know yet. I haven't done it. I'm saving it for after the expansion. But, in terms of everything you just learn by exploring and what have you, you don't need to worry about spoiling me. So this is Giant's Deep. Covered in cyclones. Everything on the surface is just little islands like this that you can explore. And you also have buddies, other space travelers that are kind of around on every planet. You can look for them because they all have particular instruments that they play. And so you can look for them with a signal scope. And they also all build campfires just like the guy at the beginning. So like this is a fellow astronaut by the name of Gabbro. You can see his campsite right there. Oh, I damaged my porthole. Well, I will fix it. Now, we actually need to get away from Giant's Deep before I try to do any of that. There's a comet called the Interloper, which is also... the time loop does neat things with it, too. It's mostly covered in ice. There are things that you will want to explore inside it. But the only way that actually, you have to wait until it gets super, super close to the sun, and then enough of the ice melts that you can actually get inside and explore it. So the Stranger, like I mentioned, is a spaceship that this is what they added for the expansion. So, and I think it's super clever the way they did it, because you can definitely play, like, the entire base game and just miss that the expansion even exists. There's one clue on your home planet in a radio tower outside of your way outside of your starting village, that kind of starts you off on the chain you need to find the place. But you would never see it on your own because it's cloaked like this. But then once you found it one time, you keep that information from loop to loop. Well, where's my porthole? There we go. Fix it. Alright, we fixed the damage. Not that it matters. We're not getting back on the ship anytime soon. And the one I didn't show you yet, because there's a chance we'll actually get to it in this stream. It depends how long these other things take me. But, okay. I should find a place to drift off if I can. The issue is I don't really have a good spot. Yeah, I'm just gonna restart the loop and wait at my starting campfire. But yes, it does have some really cool Easter eggs. But it doesn't have a lot of wasted space either. Like a whole... It's sort of like a Myst, in that, I say exploration puzzle game. That might be what comes to mind, but it doesn't really have puzzles in the sense of, like, there's some kind of puzzle you have to solve that's a gatekeeping mechanic before you can open a door. Like, the game doesn't do that. Oh, I forgot to rest. Well, no matter. We'll do 9. We'll just do 9 minutes. So I don't know how long that was, but... what it does have, though, is like things like those tornadoes, and what you didn't see on Giant's Deep is that there's a current under the water that's so strong that you can't get down through it into the planet's core. And what you piece together, like, as you jet around to different places in the solar system, you learn how to deal with those environmental obstacles. Like, you find some writing that tells you how to get into the core of Giant's Deep, or you meet a traveler, another astronaut, that tells you how they did something, and then suddenly you know how. Then it's not even a puzzle. Like, once you know how to do the thing, you know how. And which is why, like I've said, there's an achievement called Beginner's Luck for beating the game on your very first loop, because it's technically possible to do. Now we're ready to go. So there in the upper right of my... Oh, you can't see it. It's behind my face cam. But if I can get these done, we'll finish out the expansion, which I think will happen pretty quick. We shall see. But everything is very rooted in Newtonian mechanics. So when you're learning to fly in this game, you have to you very quickly learn, like, speed is not your friend. Like, you have to control your acceleration so you have time to hit the brakes, or else you will crash into things and your rickety old ship will burst and you will die. Death isn't much of a penalty in this game, of course. You just start the loop over again. Oh yeah, absolutely, Lone Wonder. You can access everything in the game, like right from the very beginning. The only thing in your way is knowing how to fly your ship and how to do various things. Oh no. I didn't make it. I didn't make it. Well, I'm not sure why it suddenly freed me, but this could actually work out in my favor. Probably wishful thinking, but shoot. Maybe I'll just get lucky. Nope, not on the wave. Oh, no matter. Here we go again. The meditate until the next loop is actually that. I shouldn't say there are absolutely no upgrades. This is a bit of a spoiler, but only one. But one of the other astronauts, and it's actually Gabbro, the one on Giant's Deep, the planet I went to, is also aware of the time loop, and if you dialogue with him, he teaches you the ability to meditate to reset the loop. You don't have that at the beginning. It's not a big miss because you start with just the ability to quit to the main menu, and then you can't save during a loop. Like anytime you re-enter the game, you start at the beginning of the loop. Period. But that sure comes in handy. Oh, goodness. I'm going to need to refresh my beverage in a minute here, maybe after this attempt. 9:45, that's really like the perfect amount of time. It's probably the best thing I learned from the YouTube video about how to get this. So anyway, here's something I don't think I've even really asked. How is everyone? Who else has had COVID besides me? Who am in it? I have it right now. Vaxxed and boosted, but I have it. I'm on day 3. And honestly, I sound worse than I feel. Like, I'm really, really, really glad I got it after I had all 3 shots. Because after all 3 shots, I feel like I've had a moderate cold. Not mild, but not severe, like moderate. I had a fever the first night, but that was already gone the second morning. Since then, I've just been coughing and really snotty. And the main thing with me, and I guess this is pretty common with Omicron, the one that's getting everybody now, is really, really bad headaches. Like, terrible headaches. But I'm on day 3. Like, the cough is better, the sore throat is better, the headaches are better. My voice, believe it or not, is better. So the scout's a tool you have from the very beginning of this game. It's kind of cool because, on the one hand, it's actually telling me the exact surface integrity of whatever I stick it to. I need to be careful with my voice. That's why I'm probably talking a little less than I usually do, and I'm definitely talking quieter. Like, I kind of played with the audio before I started, but I cranked up my microphone sensitivity so that I could talk softly and you guys would still be able to hear me. So you're going to be in for a nasty shock if the dog decides to bark, but the short answer, Lone Wonder, is yes. But I'm doing what I can to take care of it. Okay, here we go again. Once more unto the breach. Oh, man. Why has that suddenly happened twice? That I am not sure what the difference is between the times that happens and the times it doesn't, because I don't feel like I'm doing anything different. It's like sometimes I manage to stay on the raft and sometimes I don't. Not as much as you'd think. Like, a lot of times I would drink like a hot tea or a hot coffee, and I might actually go make myself a coffee right now because that sounds pretty good. But yeah, I'm gonna pause it here, and I am going to go fix myself a warm drink. I think I mentioned I wanted to do that after the next attempt, whether it was a success or a failure. So there's another failure in the books. I'll be right back. Okay. Well, hello, Sauna. It's nice to see you. Yeah, and you guys actually, you reminded me, like, I noticed myself beginning to feel a little bit worse, and that's because, well, I'm due for my next dose of Tylenol. Yes! Oh, it's been 4 hours. All right, here we go. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't switch, because I went into Twitch and I updated it to Outer Wilds, and then when I started Streamlabs, I double checked it and it had Outer Wilds listed. But then after I clicked Go Live, Wisebot said I was playing Dark Souls 2, and apparently that's, for whatever reason, still listed. Like, I might play Dark Souls 2 later today, or or certainly tomorrow, because I'm about ready to do the ending of the main game of Dark Souls 2 as well. So we could stream that, but I'm more interested in Outer Wilds right now. I want to get these danged achievements over and done. 'Cause, you know, they're just like they itch at the back of your mind. It's like this little thing that I need to do, and I want it done. But yeah, like, to give you an idea of the scale, like, you see, there's so much to explore, like, when you get out of your ship and get on foot at each planet. Like, this is just the tutorial village, and then your home planet has, like, a good half dozen or so other significant zones to explore, and most of the other planets are at least that big. Like, then when you jump into space, every single one of the planets looks tiny, and that holds up until you land on one and start exploring. There's the dog. What did I tell you? River, it's okay. Oh, doggy. Uh-oh. River, what's the matter? She barks so loud that the sound in my headset, like, shorts out. Like, it's like actually some kind of buffer protection. Like, it turns itself off and then boots back on after 2 or 3 seconds after the noise stops. It's like a feedback protection, because it's so loud when the mic picks up her barking. Yeah, well, Lone Wonder, or Martin, first of all, hi. It's really good to see you. And I don't know what else to do. I changed it. Oh, I forgot to put my spacesuit on. Well, that's hilarious. Oh, but look at that. Look at that. I got back aboard before I suffocated. Nice. Nice. Way to not die. Yet. Uh-oh. Well, we're gonna try a new method here, boys. I was too late getting here. We're gonna try surfing from here and see how we do. The answer is not well. And I already missed the wave. Okay, that's fine. We'll try again. Yeah, that's why I looked at that the first couple of times I tried it, which was before this stream, and you would think that starting right at the dam, right when it bursts, would be your best bet, but the problem is that overhanging bridge. Like, there's just not you can't move the raft fast enough to steer around that in the time frame you need. All right, here we go. Just do Outer Wilds, Karis. They don't have the expansion listed separately. No, I'm well aware of that. It sounds better for a minute every time I cough. Thank you so much. Because I said it on Twitch myself. Well, do you know what the hiccup is? I had Streamlabs running just because, like, I set everything up, like, first thing this morning, like, even before I worked out, before I cooked myself breakfast and everything. And then I came in later. After Streamlabs was already running, I went directly to Twitch and modified the category to Outer Wilds there. And then but when I clicked go live, it gives you another shot to change the category, and when I clicked go live, it reflected that I had changed it to Outer Wilds. But then when chat started scrolling, Wisebot listed the category as Dark Souls 2, and apparently that's what it was actually showing everybody. So, Karis, thank you for fixing my category issues. And Alex, welcome. Thank you so much for the resub. I really appreciate it. It's great to see you. Welcome, buddy. We'll do some Dark Souls 2 later. Either later today or tomorrow, depending on how many attempts this takes me. But you know, to borrow some meme language, this is truly the Dark Souls of spaceflight sims. Right down to respawning at a bonfire. My upper hull is damaged. I don't care. I get a new ship every time I restart the loop. I don't think that's an unpopular opinion, Martin. I also think Dark Souls 2 is a lot of fun. I do think that I have found it to be a weaker game than Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 in some ways. I think some of the things that it does are really, like, lazy and uninspired design decisions. It's like, everyone remembered and really responded well to the Bell Gargoyle fight and the Ornstein and Smo fight where we had 2 enemies, so I know, let's have 3 enemies in the Ruin Sentinel fight, and I know, let's redo the Gargoyle fight, but do 5 instead of 2. And it's like, well, no, that sort of misses the point. Like, it was the surprise of it. But, and I also think that I really am missing the interconnectivity of the levels and the world that was so awesome in Lordran in Dark Souls 1. Like, 2 is really missing that. And the other thing I think it doesn't quite have is the atmosphere. And ironically, like, it's it's way too on the nose with its storytelling. Like, there's way more dialogue in 2 than in the first one or in Demon's Souls, and I don't really like it. Alright, stayed on the raft. That's step 1. We got it! Achievement unlocked. Tubular. Yahoo! Space Surfer for the win. New objective, survive. Fucking done, buddy. Now this is surprisingly hard to survive. There's a lot of like hidden shit in undertow as you approach the dam. Vitals critical. And we also can't get back to our ship anymore. The path we used to get in here is underwater. But what we can do is catch a raft and try to get the other achievement I'm after, which is around the world in 90 seconds. Now this one's a lot more forgiving. A lot more forgiving. Because you can attempt it as many times as you want. The idea is just to raft a complete lap around the ring world in 90 seconds or less. The only real constraint on it is that you can only do it after the dam breaks, because the water level's higher and the water moves faster. Compared to riding the wave, this is going to be a cakewalk. Achievement unlocked. Around the world in 90 seconds. Boom. Alright, my feats of rafting are done. Oh, I'm now going to do a few things. 29 out of 31. Raft around the stranger in under 90 seconds. And I'm doing screen capture so you guys can see this, because I feel awesome now. Oh, you're supposed to tell me how awesome I am because so few people have gotten those. 0.3% of Outer Wilds players have unlocked Tubular, if you're wondering. the hard one we just did. Okay, I'm going to meditate until the next loop now, and we're actually going to play some of the real game. Alex, health is pretty good, and it has been most of the time, to be honest. Like, I was vaxxed and boosted before I got it, and so I had a fever the first night, but that was it. Like, when I woke up the morning of day, well, you know, the CDC says the day you develop symptoms, they call day 0. So my day 0 was Wednesday. So I had a fever Wednesday night, but when I woke up Thursday morning, day 1, the fever was already gone. And since then, it's basically just been a moderate cold. Like, I wouldn't quite call it mild, but it's definitely not severe. It's not the worst I've ever had. Like, I've had a bit of a persistent cough, and a lot of shit's been coming out when I cough, and my voice always suffers really badly when I get sick, and this is obviously no exception. But the biggest thing for me, like, it's just been lethargy. Like, my body has just felt tired, and like my muscles and joints have been kind of sore, and I've had really terrible headaches, like terrible headaches, which I've read is actually really common with Omicron, the one that's getting everybody, even with the breakthrough cases like mine is. But I'm just really happy I was vaccinated. Like I feel pretty okay, all things considered, knowing how many people this virus has killed. Like, I feel really fortunate that I didn't get it until after I'd had 3 doses of vaccine. Me and the 5 amigos for the 0.3%. Yeah, probably. Thanos, hi. It's good to have you. Welcome in. Okay, so